Welcome back to the 99 Bitcoins YouTube channel. I'm your host Umar Khan, and today we have a live stream dedicated to Bitcoin after Bitcoin reaching some new all-time highs. For the live guys, I want to ask if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, do let me know what you're thinking about Bitcoin, what your personal price predictions are, as we got this bullish live for BTC that we're kind of going through, as some exciting things are happening in the crypto space right now. Let's go ahead and take a look. So if you guys missed it, Bitcoin had made all-time highs earlier today, reaching a peak price just shy of $126,000. This seems to be a critical spot for Bitcoin, and looks like Bitcoin could be pushing to 200,000, perhaps even $250,000 by 2026. So we're going to go through this live today, discussing where I see Bitcoin's future ahead of itself, some technical analysis, some price prediction, and some Bitcoin news. So if that's like something you're interested in, make sure to subscribe button down below, as we're covering Bitcoin very closely, as we're seeing some crazy things happen in the market. Also, guys, I want to ask, if you haven't already, check out the partner for our channel, Best Wallet. Best Wallet is an anonymous crypto wallet that lets you create an account without verification, ID, or KYC. They're the most secure, anonymous, non-custodial crypto wallet today. Available to download in Google, on Google Play and Apple App Store, and linked in the description box below. All right, let's jump back into BTC and let's go ahead and see where I think we're going to see this one go. Now, again, on the level, where do I think we can see BTC go? I realistically think Bitcoin could sit somewhere between $160,000 to $200,000 this cycle, especially entering the new year. I see a comment from JT, 126K this cycle is realistic. Absolutely. Again, or he said 146. I think we might be able to see something between 146 and 200K because of one key thing that's happened in the market right now. As you can see, we're seeing a supply low for Bitcoin. So we can see Bitcoin supply on exchanges just hit a 6-year low. Last time this happened was in 2019, and a massive bull run followed. Again, history doesn't always repeat itself, but hey, it kind of does, right? Do you think Bitcoin is going to gear up for another breakout? That's what it's looking like. We've seen this happen in the past before. So again, things seem to repeat themselves, and that's going to be true for Bitcoin as well. We can see a crazy new localized high, and that's why it feels so bullish. There's so many key factors coming together. Another massive factor to consider for BTC is the fact that we're in the month of October, and historically speaking, the month of October has been very, very bullish for Bitcoin. Again, this is not like rumors or anything. This is actual statistics, actual facts, that October has been a bullish month for Bitcoin. So again, as the momentum sustains, we're going to see something absolutely mad by the end of 2025, gearing up to the beginning of 2026. So the next crypto bull run, BTC and Ethereum are starting to show strength, which again is another mass factor that's not just Bitcoin pumping, it's Ethereum as well. The market is heating up again, and Bitcoin is right at the center of it after reclaiming $124,000 and testing $125,000. Momentum looks strong. Historically, October has been one of Bitcoin's best months, and some analysts even see a path towards $250,000 by 2026. Now, again, this doesn't necessarily mean we're going to see $250,000 by 2026, but path towards means somewhere in that $160,000 $210,000 range is definitely possible, as a lot of institutional pressure continues to come into the market. We're seeing a lot of ETFs. We're seeing a lot of countries doubling down on Bitcoin. We're seeing the United States itself doubling down on Bitcoin and crypto. So again, looking pretty bullish there. I see a comment over here. Safe exit price for long-term trading of this cycle. It's a great question. Personally speaking, the way I actually don't swing trade my Bitcoin. I personally been buying and holding over the past 8 years. That's just my plan. My plan is to hold until, it's gonna sound crazy, Bitcoin one day inevitably reaches $1 million price point. Again, I'm not saying it's gonna happen this year, next year. Perhaps it takes the next 15 years. So again, but what would I say a safe exit point is? Realistically speaking, right? Again, obviously it depends on your size, and obviously it's not financial advice, but anything safe to exit would be 125. 130, that would definitely be a safe exit. Even right now, realistically speaking, if you're holding a decent bag of Bitcoin, this is hard to say for sure. Again, that's why it's not financial advice. This is just doing on the internet's opinion. Realistically speaking, right now would technically be a good time to exit, because we're already seen it happen in the 24-hour. Once it reached 2126, we've seen an aggressive dump because people start selling. So again, once you see new all-time highs, it's always a good time to start taking profits. Then again, like for example, let's just say you had one Bitcoin, hypothetically speaking, right? Or more, one let's just say for example, 1+ Bitcoin, and you sold all your Bitcoin, or maybe not all, half or quarter, or whatever you felt comfortable selling, right? But let's, for this example, let's just say you sold all of it. You had one Bitcoin, you sold all of it at 125. You can literally buy back in right now $2,000 cheaper, right? So again, that's something to consider, right? Especially if you're trying to swing trade it. Let's not talk prime. Let's talk time frame, not price. That's what I meant to say. Let's talk time frame, not price. In terms of time frame for Bitcoin to reach a new localized high, like again, another all-time high, somewhere close to 250, I would say we're going to see some crazy pumping this month alone. Like October, again, historically speaking, has been that bullish month for Bitcoin. So again, I think time frame wise, we're probably going to see Bitcoin soar past a new high somewhere in the 120s, 130s, maybe even 140s in October, right? And then leading up, I feel like we're going to start switching attention from Bitcoin to altcoins. That's kind of where I'm personally feeling. I think October is going to be the big month. Some of that momentum may lead into November, but realistically speaking, guys, I personally see that Bitcoin's going to pump October, November, maybe even December. That's what I said by 2026 in the title of the video. And then attention is going to start shifting towards meme coins, altcoins, NFTs, maybe could may come back or something new in the crypto space. That's where I personally have my beliefs. Again, long term, like I said, I see Bitcoin reaching upwards of $1 million. But again, and we're talking short term, I think October, November is going to be the main months for BTC. Again, that's just my personal opinion based on my time in the market. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't really claim that I'm some massive Bitcoin economist or Bitcoin expert. But again, the analysts themselves are saying something big's coming, right? We see after reclaim 124, momentum is looking strong. Historically, October has been one of the best months for Bitcoin. Again, this is speaking based off the past 10 years plus, right? And some analysts even see a path towards $250,000 by 2026. And that's where I go again. By 2026, right? They're not saying in 2026, by 2026, meaning October, November, December. That's where I'm kind of getting from this information. Great response. Couldn't agree more. Shout out to you, JT. Keeping the chat alive. Now, where do we see Ethereum going, right? Ethereum also closing in its all-time highs at 4,800, now less than 9% away. With institutional adoption rising, supply tightening on chain, many expect the next breakout to send Ethereum into price discovery mode with a $10,000 real as a real possibility. So again, that is something to factor in as well. The next big leg for Ethereum could push Ethereum somewhere between $6,000 to $10,000. And again, that's where I believe that will be the exact momentum shift from like Bitcoin, Ethereum into altcoins and smaller alts and meme coins and all of those jazz. That's where I personally think. Talking about altcoins, guys, I want to take a second to talk about altcoin that I've been pumping on this channel relentlessly, and I see some crazy upside potential. It's not necessarily a meme coin, but kind of aligns itself in that category. This one is called Bitcoin Hyper. This one's bringing L2 technology to Bitcoin to make Bitcoin more scalable, cheaper, faster to transact on, and most importantly, to build on it. We've seen other L2s before that kind of help with the transaction side of thing, but Bitcoin Hyper wants to help with the building side of thing, bringing L2 chain to Bitcoin. This project has raised over $21.6 million in the pre-sale. And again, I started covering this one when I had $2 or $3 million raised, and it continued to raise over $200,000 to $300,000 a day. It was 2 days ago where they passed a massive milestone of raising over 21 million. And span of 2 days, they raised an additional $600,000, which shows investor confidence and whale interest. Bitcoin Hyper finally unlocks fast and cheap Bitcoin transactions. This unleashes the true power of Bitcoin, payments, meme coins, and dApps. If you're interested in pre-sale products, definitely check this one out. If you want to do your own research, or you should do your own research, you want to read into it, look into it, I'll leave the link in the description box below for your convenience. So again, Bitcoin Hyper looks pretty promising over there. Now I want to take things to AI, okay? So again, I'm just a dude with flaws. And again, it's not like I'm studying crypto 24/7, but I want to ask AI, what does AI think for Bitcoin reaching $200,000? And this is what AI had to say. So there's no consensus among financial analysis as whether Bitcoin will reach $200,000 by 2026, though a number of institutional and market analysts consider it a possibility. The ultimate outcome depends on the balance between market fundamentals and external economical pressures. And again, I made a video dedicated to this that's coming out after this live. Again, I believe this external pressure is relying on governments that are buying into Bitcoin as well as ETF inflow. Because again, the ETFs have been massive, really bridging Wall Street between the crypto world. So some bullish arguments for $200,000 price prediction. Growing institutional demand, the launch of spot Bitcoin ETFs in early 2024 has led to significant capital inflow from institutional investors. Analysts at Bernstein reiterated their $200,000 price target, citing that institutional adoption is a key driver. Firms like BlackRock and Fidelity have seen massive ETO inflows, indicating a shift from real speculation to institutional-led growth. Again, another reason why people coin Bitcoin to be the digital gold is starting to have the same floor style action. Okay, the 2024 halving effect. Bitcoin halving in April 24 reduced the reward from mining new blocks by 50% and further tightening the new supply of Bitcoin. Historically, halvings have followed by periods of strong price appreciation as the reduced supply meets persistence or rising demand. Some analysts expect the cycle to extend well into 2026. Another key factor to consider, sorry, quick water break. Another key factor to consider is more and more money flows into Bitcoin through the institutional money. And also, we might see a new floor. I've been saying this ever since the ETF started. Is now with ETF interest, we might not see a full crypto winter again. So again, that is something as well you may want to consider in your holding strategy. Okay, so now macroeconomic trends. Bitcoin is increasingly being viewed as a hedge against inflation and a store value. A weakened U.S. dollar, potential interest rates cuts from the Federal Reserve late 2025 and early 2026 could increase liquidity and make riskier assets like Bitcoin more attractive to investors, and also psychological momentum. A decisive break above previous resistance levels, particularly the 150K mark, could trigger fear of missing out, FOMO among retail investors. The heightened market psychological could create feedback loop that pushes the price significantly higher, potentially reaching $200,000 by mid 2026. Again, this is what we saw happen. This is what we saw happen previous cycles before. Is once like the market, once the retail started coming in, that's when we saw some pump and begin. All right, we're seeing good stuff from Omar D. What's your thoughts on SPX 6900? I think SPX 6900 is pretty bullish. I think Murad has a crazy bull case for it, which makes me bullish for it. Maybe towards the end of the live, we'll actually go ahead and take a look. Just want to kind of wrap up on the Bitcoin update, the price update, because right now we're in this historic miss, right? Bitcoin creating new localized all-time highs. This is like the second time this happened. No, the second time this happened this year, maybe even the third time. It's 2 months ago, it reached all-time high, so it's happening. Something big's coming. So again, we'll push the meme coins towards the end. But again, with every bull case, obviously a bear case, and again, I think it's very crucial we look at that bear case as well on what could happen with Bitcoin. Like, what's the downside, right? Have we reached the localized top? Let's go ahead and take a look. So, market volatility and speculation. Bitcoin is known for extreme price swings. While it's overall volatile, has declined as the asset matured. Unpredictable markets, events, regular changes, or whale sell-offs could trigger sharp corrections. Some online predictions markets see as low probability of Bitcoin reaching 200K by early 2026, with higher odds given more modest gains. So again, this case is saying that no, we're not going to see it hit 200K. We might see some modest gains from here, maybe another 10,000 in price pushing. But again, that's another factor to consider as well, right? October is usually a month for BTC gains, absolutely, historically speaking as well. So again, some headwinds as well. Economic recession for sharp returns of inflation could cause investors to withdraw capital from risky assets like Bitcoin, seeking safety in cash or bonds. Again, another massive fact as well. But again, the only difference this time around for Bitcoin is the ETF, and again, that having a pretty stable floor. Okay, and then regulatory uncertainty. While some regulatory regulations like spot ETFs have benefited Bitcoin, new government crackdowns, tax policy changes, or environmental concerns over mining could negatively impact the markets. That I don't think there's a lot of ground to that. Obviously, that's something that we had to factor in. But I don't know how much ground to that there is. In terms of tax policy changes, we're hearing a lot of countries, including the United States, pushing towards a zero tax for crypto. Again, if that happens, obviously more and more people are going to hold their assets in crypto. Again, if that happens, to be very bullish. And even if that doesn't happen, I still think there's a lot of ways for people to trade Bitcoin DeFi, right? Off the books, some may say. So that's something to consider as well. And then the competitive and alternative assets. Crypto market is evolving with newer blockchains and digital assets offering alternative use. Competition could draw back capital away from Bitcoin, potentially limit its growth. And that's kind of what I touched on earlier too, is like how we're going to see a rotation from Bitcoin to altcoins like Ethereum and the smaller meme coins as well. But again, I don't think, is there going to be a competitive advantage as in like the next Bitcoin? I don't think so. I think Bitcoin will forever hold its number one spot. Same way as gold has holds its number one spot in terms of raw metals. I think Bitcoin is going to have that spot there in the books for the long future. But again, we want to look at the good, bad, and ugly, right? I don't want to be just the moon boy on here going like Bitcoin's going to $1 million, Bitcoin's going to $1 million this year. That would be foolish to really say. But again, before we close off the Bitcoin update, we'll just look quick price action. About 0.5% on the day, was up far greater earlier. On the week, we're up about 11%. On the month, up over 10%. On the year, up nearly 100%, which is absolutely insane, guys. Again, since the Bitcoin happening, so early April 2024, I was telling you guys, buy Bitcoin, buy the meme coins, something good's coming. And again, that's exactly how this seemed to play out. And something only it looks like we're about to see just more and more momentum come in. October has always been a key month for Bitcoin with new all-time highs already in play. The setup looks strong. I totally agree with the real momentum usually kicks in later months. Could be lined up perfectly for alt season to follow. Again, I think a lot of attention seems to be on alt, so that's what we're looking at. I need money, please. Well, Yusuf, the only thing I can say is get a job, my friend. I'm not giving you no money, but get a job, buy low, sell high. I don't know how to say that, but thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting, dude. Okay, now let's take a look at Ethereum real quick. Actually, let's take a break from the main notes. Let's actually talk about another pre-sale project I've been watching. Again, subscribe to the channel. We talk about a lot of pre-sale projects here because again, pre-sales could be a safe way to make money in the crypto space. Again, nothing safe, but again, when they're vetted projects, especially when you get in early, you can literally get out once it goes live, can genuinely make a profit or generally make a profit. And a pre-sale project I want to cover in this example is Snorter, specifically because the Snorter pre-sale is about to end. Snorter pre-sale ends in 14 days. We see one Snorter equals about 10 cents. Snorter is a Solana meme coin trading bot, and Snort will be token powering the bot. The cool thing is going live in 14 days, and you can still buy at the early pre-sale prices. Meanwhile, when it goes live, it's going to go live at a higher price, almost more or less guaranteeing some gains. They also have a staking as well. Staking, they're offering about 112%. However, for staking, I will say, when you're staking your bag, you won't be able to sell right away. So that's something you want to consider. If you are going to sell right away, maybe stake half your bag and keep the other half to hold. But again, that's something you definitely want to consider if you're trying to go in and out quickly. Okay, you're able to buy directly from the website with card or crypto. And Snorter is going to be like the Solana trading bot. They're going to have the lowest fees on Solana, fast execution time on Solana, and exclusive access to new tokens and new memes. We're seeing Snorter bot features has fast secure swaps, automated snipings, limit orders, copy trading, rug protection, as well as honeypot detection. So again, very, very cool there. And again, this one's going live in 14 days, has a promising future ahead of itself, especially the timing's perfect because if we are going to switch into altcoin season, a bot like this could absolutely sell, meaning getting it early could be advantageous. If you're interested in buying the pre-sale, I'll be linking the pre-sale in the description box below. We're seeing a lot of headlines for Bitcoin. Let's actually take a look at a quick price action on the day, about 6%. Altcoin season is currently sitting at 58. Fear and Greed is 58 as well. I think we're about to enter Greed very soon, and RSI is currently sitting at 49.5. Can I deposit $5 in Bitcoin, please? Yeah, I said for me to deposit $5 in Bitcoin for you, dude, because that's not gonna happen, man. He's just going live to ask for money. It's actually a joke. Good luck to you, man. If that strategy works. Best I'd say, bro. Go. It's for anyone, man, who wants to make money in the crypto space. You're watching crypto live stream right now, by the way. Go get a job or go get some sort of income or some sort of ability, some sort of skill that you could go make some money. Then make some money. Then invest it wisely, whether that be long-term holding or trading, and then make money, man. But again, asking people to deposit $5 is just ridiculous. So again, shout out to Yusuf. Thanks for watching, man. But probably not gonna interact your comments if you keep commenting silly things like this. But going back to the market update, markets are starting to look good. Again, we're entering this verge of an alt season, and then we're taking a look at Ethereum as well, because again, Ethereum is showing promise as well. Again, this typically leads to altcoin season, so very, very important zones to look at. On the year, we're up nearly 90%. On the day, we're up about 0.2%. Earlier today, we're up, looks like about 3-4%. On the week, we're up 11%. On the month, up 3.49%. So again, looking pretty good. Again, a lot of money is flowing into ETH as well. So ETH reclaims the 4,500 support level. If it reclaims 47 zone, a new all-time high will happen. In case Ethereum shows some correction, there's strong support around the 42 and 42.5 level. So again, looking pretty bullish there as well. Again, the market's starting to correct themselves. Everything looks like it's gearing up for a storm. It's a fantastic time to be in crypto, guys. Again, October, November, December, this whole year is going to be absolutely fantastic. So again, good luck on everyone's trading journeys. Another pre-sale project, guys, that we're covering. Now we're talking about some of the best projects to buy as Bitcoin's pumping. Another one is Pepe Node. Pepe Node is a pre-sale project that's bringing this gamified version of meme coin mining to the masses. Especially into like Bitcoin mining. This could be pretty cool as well. Pepe Node lets you build your own virtual meme coin mining rig. We're able to buy nodes, build a server room, and combine nodes for huge bonuses. Plus, they're offering 769% staking rewards. In 9 hours, set to have their next price increase, and they reach over $1.6 million. Again, this is a mining protocol that doesn't require actual physical computing power. It's all done virtually on the blockchain. Pepe Node brings gamified meme coin mining to the masses. No physical computing power required. Pepe Node allows you to build a customized meme coin mining rig in your own virtual server room. More nodes equals more meme coins. So you're able to buy nodes, upgrade your faculty, and earn meme coins, which is pretty cool. So it's like a gamified version of mining. You start with this empty room and you just like slowly upgrade. You can build miners, combine them, and you can also sell your nodes as well. So again, pretty cool little protocol there as well. And the last crypto priest project I've been pushing is Maxi Doge. This is like Dogecoin, but for the DJ. So Maxi Doge, it trades on 1000x leverage, no stop loss field, and Maxi Pump. They raised over $2.7 million into $2.7 million into their pre-sale. And again, they offer no utility. It's just memes. So again, a true DJ meme coin for the plays as well. So for the boys and gals that like investing DJ coins and pre-sale specifically, this one looks like it could be the play for you. So again, if you're interested, all the links for the pre-sale projects are going to be in the description box below. And that's pretty much my live stream update today, guys. I want to do the Bitcoin update, the Ethereum update, look at some price action, take a look at some pre-sale projects. Let's actually take a look at SPX real quick. Someone asked about it earlier today, what I see SPX going to. I think the biggest bull case for SPX is how bullish Murad is for this one. He's like a very well-known person in the space. And again, I think like this is like his number one meme coin, right? Is SPX. He has like a whole 1 hour, 37-minute, 150 reasons why SPX. Wait, why is it on a viewer like that? SPX will reach a $1 trillion market cap. So again, it's an interesting case study. It's an interesting video. If you're bullish on SPX, you should definitely take a look at it. So that's where I see SPX going. I $1 trillion market cap, maybe not, but definitely in the high billions for sure. 10 billion, 15 billion. A top meme coin definitely has potential. I think we easily see us 10 to 15x from here. That would be my personal price prediction. But again, I'm not like super exposed to SPX. It's not like my favorite meme coin. Thoughts on tokenization of real assets, stocks on the Solana network? Honestly, dude, I haven't really looked into that, to be honest. Tokenization of real assets on Solana network. So I guess that kind of makes sense. So tokenization of real assets on it's cool. The only issue is if it's done correctly, it could be very bullish, right? I personally haven't seen an actual example, but I remember when I think it was like GameStop or something that wanted to do something like that. They wanted to go into like the crypto world. So tokenization of the real asset, if it's done correctly by like an actual source, like the actual company's going to do it, sure. But like these third parties that, like, for example, if you or I teamed up together, we made a GameStop meme coin that's like exactly like the supply of the stock, then absolutely not. Because again, that's just like so much room for rugs. But again, if a company's going to do it themselves, perhaps it could be pretty cool. But again, I haven't seen enough personal examples for this to actually give my own opinion. But again, guys, I think this is where I'm going to wrap the live up over here. Do let me know if you guys enjoy things like this. I'm currently in the middle of finding a new home. I was living in the States for a while. I'm back in Canada now, and I've just been on the road, staying at my friends and family's homes. So again, this is not my home office just yet, but I'll be in my own office very soon, and we're gonna be doing regular live streams 2 to 3 times a week, every single week. We'll kind of like find a certain time, because again, I do this so sporadically I want more structure for this, so that's gonna happen as well. Do let me know where you guys are watching from. If you guys are still watching live, let me know where you're watching from, so you kind of gauge a time where it makes most sense. Because I know a lot of people. Last time I was doing a late night stream, I had a lot of people from Australia watching. Let me know where you guys are watching from as well, so I can make like an actual time where it works for everyone. But that pretty much wraps up the stream, guys. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Remember, guys, like always, none of this is financial advice. Always your own research and due diligence before investing any money in the cryptos we cover on this channel. As I'm not a financial advisor, therefore it's not financial advice. I love doing streams like this, so see you guys all in the next one. JT, thanks for watching all the way through, man. Appreciate you. Great commentary there. Great questions, man. Get me on my toes. I love it. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Until next time, it's your friend Umar. Peace.